welcome back to my channel. So, if you only knew what I've just been through to try to even get my shit set up to right here. Oh my gosh, my head's cut off. I'm pregnant. I'm hungry, really hungry. I've been sitting here with this food forever. Anyway, okay, it's not about the food. It's not real. This is not really an eating show channel, but I thought that I would invite you guys to come have breakfast with me, my low carb breakfast. Well, I tell you the story that I promised about the Voodoo fortune teller in New Orleans, kind of predicting our pregnancy. So anyway, I'm going to sit here and eat and drink some coffee, and I have 1 cup of coffee a day, just one, and tell you this very interesting story. So I can never decide what I want to drink at breakfast time. So I have some coffee here in my little Christmas Starbucks mug. I have my water, which I always have. I drink like 3 of these a day, sometimes 4. And then I have my breakfast here. I pretty much have the same thing every morning. And like I said, I'm sorry. I just don't have a good setup. I'm just sitting in front of my couch right now. My kitchen table right now is covered with shit. So that's why I'm not over there. So I'll hopefully, if I do like sit and eat with me or have coffee with me and stories and stuff like that, I'll be over there next time, because I'm not doing all this again. I was about to throw this goddamn, phone holder thing out the window. So I'm done with it. Okay. So in my salsa's all running into my eggs, but that's fine. It's going to happen anyway. So I'm on a low carb diet. Yes, I'm pregnant. Still on low carb. I do not want to get gestational diabetes. I've said that in my last video. So this is pretty much what I have for breakfast every single day. So 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and cheddar cheese on the top, 2 sausage patties, and a tablespoon of picante sauce. I use the Pace picante sauce. It's my favorite. Kind of always has been. So, sip a little coffee. I think that coffee will make me feel better. I'm a little ornery. This has taken me a few days to do. God dang, I've never been so freaking grumpy in my life as I have been. Can't even speak. As I have been being pregnant. Oh my God, I'm so cranky all the time. My poor husband, I apologize to him on the daily. I really do. Let me just eat a little bit before I jump into the story, so I'm not like telling a hangry story time. But anyway, I'm telling you, pregnancy makes you do like, oh God, I have a fuzz in my eggs. You'd think it was a Monday, right? Look at my crazy hair. I just could not get my shit together today, you guys. It was as good as it gets. I take care of my flowers. I'm trying to get this red out of my hair. It's just driving me nuts. So I went and my hair lady put some highlights in last week. Kind of weed that red out. I'm kind of over it. I don't keep my hair the same color for very long. I get bored easy. Always changing it. So, sausage patty. Oh, I love it. Golden brown. I eat the Owens, like all natural something or other sausage. It's really good. And it's not too much grease. It's almost like a leaner meat. I'm sorry if my eye looks all wonky. I'm having issues with this eye. I have an astigmatism over here, and it's been like, I don't know. Eye's been freaking irritated lately. I don't know why. Oh, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm so grateful that we're having a baby, but pregnancy is no joke. Like I said, it's taking me, I think my last video was a week ago. You know, I made that video and I'm all thinking, you know, like had a lot of energy after that video. And I was thinking, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to make the Voodoo fortune teller video and it's going to be awesome. But here we are a week later. Because every morning I woke up, I was just like, I can't do it. I was just so tired. It's like I'm in my second trimester. I'm 14 weeks. But I'm telling you, my first trimester has come back. But I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. If you have, please let me know. I can't be alone, right? Maybe I am. I don't know. But my symptoms for my first trimester are all back. I'm nauseous all day long, morning, noon, and night. I never had just morning sickness, like even in the beginning. That's why I kind of was like, what the hell is going on? Because I was just not throwing up, but I had this like underlying nausea all day long, and I just could not shake it. And so freaking tired all over again. It's like I got this burst of energy, and then just now I'm like just down again. I know you guys can't see anything. And we're 6 minutes in and I've literally talked about nothing except for bitching about my pregnancy. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bitch about my pregnancy. I'm just like, this is very new to me. So I'm just like trying to figure it all out. I look like a cave woman here. I'm all like, let me get my eggs. Oh my Lord have mercy. Jesus help me. Can't even pick up my eggs. I can't. I would be horrible. And I'm not a really good storyteller also, I've come to find out. I have this like fantastical idea of how I want a story to come out in my head, and it doesn't come out like that. Sorry. It just doesn't. I try. Doesn't work. So I'm going to do my best to be a visual storyteller for y'all since you weren't in New Orleans with us. Okay? Or sorry, New Orleans. They got so mad at me. I kept saying that, my fucking Wisconsin accent ass. New Orleans. They're like, baby, it's New Orleans. Or New Orleans. That's what it was. Anyway. I was going to call it NOLA. So nobody gets mad at me. Okay. So let me get on with this. So this video isn't 8,000 years long. So sausage. I'd show you guys the eggs, but I'll drop them all over. If you hear scratching or licking, I have 3 dogs, and they're all in that general vicinity, so I apologize. They're loud. And the one... Hey! Stop it. And the one kind of sleeps all day. As soon as I said that, she starts scratching on the floor. The one you might hear snore, she's a husky German Shepherd mix, and she sleeps till like 4 o'clock every single day. Lazy. She just hibernates under the table till 4, and then she's like, okay, I'll come out now. She's like a wolf. So yeah, you might hear her snore. She snores like a man. Like a 300-pound man with sleep apnea. She snores. Not making fun of people with sleep apnea. I had sleep apnea for a while till I lost weight. My husband like wake me up like, baby, you're not breathing. It's kind of scary. I wasn't on a CPAP or anything, but anyway. I go off on so many tangents. Now we're 10 minutes in. Okay. So, my husband and I never get to go anywhere. We never get to go on vacation. My husband's job is very demanding. He's a foreman. And he does iron work. He's an iron worker foreman. at the plants here near Houston. We live outside of Houston. So we just don't have, unless he's got time from work off or like scheduled, you know, for holidays or whatever. Or he can find a break in a project to take a long weekend, whatever. I digress. I explain too much. So, moral of the story is we don't get to really go very many places. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay. Spinach, picante sauce. I know it's not focused very well, but. So, back in September of this year, obviously, we decided to go to NOLA because I think my husband had been there, but I've never been there before. Always wanted to go. Always been a dream of mine. Like the music, the culture, just everything. I've always heard just like fantastic things about New Orleans, and I've always wanted to go. It's only a few hours from us, so we're actually able to drive. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's perfect. So we drive there, get all settled in or whatever. I can't remember. It was like the second or third night we were there. It happened to be Decadence weekend in New Orleans, which is like, how I understood it, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will, is it's like, sort of like a gay pride or gay, like, appreciation or something like that. Which is kind of ironic because my husband and I, the last time we had traveled, which was like, oh my gosh, probably over a year ago, we went to Carlsbad, New Mexico, and it was Gay Pride weekend that weekend. And we always meet the most awesome people. We always make new friends. Like, every time we go, I've always got somebody new, like, new friends on, like, Instagram and Facebook, and we, like, keep up even though we've met, like, one time and just, like, hung out for the weekend or whatever. It's super cool. I love it. I love stuff like that. I love meeting new people. Like, you know that you're probably never going to see them again, but it's fun while it lasts, and you drink and party and have a good time. Sorry. Indigestion. Baby hates anything that I eat. Sorry. I just got... What is that? Sorry. I just got a really weird, message. That's strange. Sorry, I was looking in the camera all like, what the... I don't even know who that is. Sorry, I got this, like, Facebook, message. And, you know, so you see the little circle? I don't even know who the picture is. The hell? I don't want to look. Okay. Anyway, so, I'm sorry. So, anyway, okay, now I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, anyway, so wherever I was, I'm not sure, but let me just keep going. So, my husband and I basically, like, thought that we were goddamn 21 again. Literally. We were drinking, like, and I'm 32 and my husband's 31. We are not 21 years old. Like, we are far from 21. And don't worry, my table is clean. And we were taking shots. We were drinking like it was our last night on earth. We were, and that is not like us. Like, we enjoy our drinks, but we don't ever drink like that. Like, my husband and I are very, very much home buddies. Like, we never go out to the bar. We never, well, especially now that I'm pregnant, but even before, like, we'd maybe go to the bar like once a month or once like every other month, to like go play darts and have a couple drinks, but like at the dive bar down the road, you know, and that was it. But I'm telling you, we got to NOLA We were like balls to the wall. Like, it was almost like something in the universe almost was telling us, like, all right, is this one of your last hurrahs because you're going to be parents? Or some shit like that. I don't even know. So, anyway, like I said, it was like the second or third night we were there. Hammered off our asses. But careful. You know, like we, whatever. I don't know. Still aware of our surroundings, whatever. But drunk. Like real drunk. And so we're walking, you know, it's nighttime, right? So there's the police officers on horses. There's the big, huge, tall spotlights all lining the street, like the police spotlights that they have on the big poles. There's just half naked people everywhere. There's beads, there's confetti, there's just like beer bottles on the ground. There's like just the most like colorful, beautiful costumes you can ever imagine. Music, just the sound of drums, saxophones. You just like you know, the jazz music. You know, you walk by each bar you walk by, it's like you get a different sound, you get a different taste of whatever music is going on in that particular bar, and then you keep going and you hear more music, but that last music is still in the distance. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it's really kind of overstimulating, but just so cool at the same time. So anyway, there's just all this hustle and bustle, and it's just like wild. Like, it's just a party, you know. There are people dancing all over the streets, people laughing, yelling. It was just unlike anything I've ever experienced. It was just super, just fantastic. I'm so glad we went. So anyway, in the midst of all of this, there are two women that are at this like plastic like outdoor table, right? And they're sitting there. And they have like a crystal ball. I see tarot cards, I see crystals, I see all kinds of stuff. So I'm just kind of looking, and again, I'm drunk, and I'm like, babe, I get my husband, I'm like, babe, I want to do a reading. He's like, nah, you don't need to do that shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, babe, you don't understand. I've always wanted to do this. And it's true. I've always wanted to do like, have like a tarot card, like a professional. Always. So he's like, all right, whatever. So I go up to this woman, and she's probably my age, maybe a little older, super, super petite, the most piercing, beautiful blue eyes you've ever seen. Her hair was like up in a turban. Her teeth, and I'm not making fun of her. I'm just giving you a visual. I'm not making fun of these people whatsoever. I'm just explaining what I saw. Her teeth were like, you know, the like Halloween teeth that you get that are all like janky and kind of whatever. That's what her teeth looked like. But she was like so beautiful. And I just kind of couldn't get over her look, because she just looked like somebody like I just have never seen somebody that looked like that before. And so I was kind of mesmerized just by that all in itself. So I go up to her, and she said, oh, come sit. You know, she grabs my hands. She sits me in the chair. You know, of course. Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, you know, and again, I'm drunk. So she's like, oh, you know, I'm thinking, oh, she's just trying to make money. You know, blah, 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 whatever. So, okay. You know, is what it is. So then, she grabs my hands, and she puts them like this. And she puts a bunch of different crystals in my hands. And she's doing some thing. I got him drunk. I wish I could remember more. Like, I was so drunk. I remember bits and pieces, but my husband and I were both really frustrated after the fact because, or like the next day, because we couldn't remember like everything that went on or everything that she said. So literally the first thing out of her mouth was, "You don't have kids." She's like, "You're trying to have kids." I just kind of looked at her. I'm not even shitting you. Tears. Just, I don't know where it came from. Just started pouring down my face. Again, I was drunk, but if you go back to my my other video, it's like fertility issues and PCOS. You'll kind of, there's a little bit about our journey there. We never used any fertility drugs or anything like that to get pregnant. This happened the old-fashioned way. You know, we got her done, whatever. Luckily, I know people, not everybody, you know, is lucky enough to be able to go that route, but we were. So anyway, so my husband and I basically had been trying for like 3 years to have kids, and we were just kind of like, well, you know, if it happens, it happens. We were kind of at that point, but I think we were both just kind of saying that to make each other feel better. But we both like really secretly, you know, so we're like shit, like we really want, you know, we really want this. But anyway, sorry, going off on a tangent again. So tears start rolling down her face. She said, don't worry, you'll have kids. You're gonna have kids, don't worry. I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know, at this point, I kind of like started to sober up a little bit. I'm like, how the hell do you know that? You know? And so anyway, so she told me like some other stuff, but that's really not what this video is about. So, but it was really cool. She really was spot on about stuff. And, you know, I believe there's a fine line between like being vague and things being kind of coincidental and somebody actually predicting things. So I don't really know how I feel about this. All I do know is that she did predict my pregnancy. So after 3 years, it's just kind of like, holy crap. So anyway, so then she puts this like white chalk on my hands. Or she like did some card readings too, like with the tarot cards. She did the whole bit. Like she sat with me for a while and did like a pretty lengthy reading. And then she put some like chalk on my hands and she told me, don't wash your hands, don't wash this off, blah, blah, blah. Well, I also, with me, so there is sorry, I'm going to say this real quick. So there's a grave site, and I don't know much about it. I just heard about it. My friend had told me about it in NOLA, that you can make like an offering to this woman, and like supposedly like your wish is supposed to come true or something. I don't really know. So I brought a piece of rose quartz because that's one of the stones that signifies like fertility and like strength and stuff like that. So I brought this heart-shaped rose quartz with me, and I had it in my purse, and I don't know what it was about this woman. I felt like I had to give her my rose quartz. Like, I don't know. I got all on the feels with the fertility thing and whatever. So I gave her my rose quartz to add to her crystal collection. So, and she, you know, she did try to refuse it. She was like, no, you keep it. You know, that's yours, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, really. I insisted. I was like, no, really, this is right. I feel like this is right. I feel like you need to have this. Please take it. You know, please take this. And so she did. But she, as she was like doing the chalk, she looked at my husband. She said, you know, I know she wanted to be read, but you're really the one that I need to read. And so my husband is an ultimate skeptic. And he's like, she just wants my money, you know, blah, 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 whatever. So she reads him, and she said, don't worry. She said, it's okay. She said, you're going to have kids. And she said, you know, you're really the one that's worried about this. And so he kind of sat there, and she's like, something happened to you, and that's why you're worried about this. And again, I'm over here, my husband's like kind of being, you know, a skeptic, and I'm over here losing my mind, like crying again. So my husband was in a really bad car accident when he was 18. And that is what my husband has always said to me since, like, I could cry right now, since like day one of like us, like, you know, trying to have kids, was that he's like, I'm afraid to go to the doctor because I'm not sure that I can have children. Or not, it's not that he's not sure that he can't have children, because he had never been tested, but he's like, I'm afraid they're going to tell me I can't have children because of my accident, because I mean, he died a few times, like literally died on the table. He broke his hips, and he had really bad bruising down there. He basically broke both of his legs, really, like, shattered, really, really bad. My husband can walk, and he's like a miracle. He was never supposed to wake up. Like, that's a whole nother story. I'll tell that a different time too, because that's actually, although it like pains my heart to know what my husband went through, that is a freaking insane, miraculous story. And I don't know if after I tell you all that story, you don't believe in God. Like, I don't know. You know, it's just like my husband being here is a freaking miracle all in itself. Anyway, I go off on way too many tangents. I apologize. So, this video is going to be so damn long. Nobody's going to make it to this point, but it's okay. I enjoy making these videos, so they don't really bother me. So, the second she said that, I was like, holy crap. So that's all she talked about with him. Pretty much. A couple other things, like, kind of like work-related stuff that, he's worried about, you know, doing well and this and that, which kind of makes, she kind of said stuff about, like, kind of insinuating that he's a boss and, like, wanting to, you know, do well and whatever like that. I don't know. All we both were concentrated on was the kid thing. So, anyway. Clean Plate Club. So anyway, she told us in order, like, what we were going to have. She said we were going to have 3 kids. And it was going to be, we couldn't remember what the hell she said, though. And we both, see, we were both just so, like, kind of mesmerized by everything that was going on. We're just like, you know, the next day we're like, what the hell did she say? Because, like, we wanted to see if we actually, because she said we were going to have 3 kids, and she actually said the genders. And I cannot, neither of us can remember for the life of us. And we're like, okay, we're like, because we've told this story to multiple people, and we're like, we can't, it kind of sucks because we have to leave that part out of the story because we can't remember what she said, and we're not going to sit here and make it up. And I'm not going to make it up. I'll be like, we don't remember, we were drunk. We don't remember what she said about the genders at all. So anyway, so fast forward October 30th. So this was like beginning of September that we went to NOLA. So fast forward October 30th. My ass was feeling like shit. I took a pregnancy test and it was positive. And when I went to the doctor and found out my exact due date, we actually conceived while we were in New Orleans. So I don't know about anybody else, but I don't believe in coincidences, I guess. I don't think it's a coincidence that, like, that, you know, I kind of believe everything happens for a reason, and I don't necessarily think that, you know, I don't know, I just feel like she had something to do with it, or she knew, or something. I don't know. It was just kind of a magical vacation for us, and we did a lot of really cool kind of like spiritual stuff, and I don't know, maybe we were just like so drunk and relaxed that we found just like let our bodies do it, or I don't freaking know. It was crazy. So anyway, that's my voodoo fortune teller story. So I am going to let you all go because this video is going to be like over a half hour. I hope you all make it to this point, because if I would ever get to the point, I feel like people would think that I have really good stories. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so I hope you all are having a blessed day. I hope that my next video is before a week goes by. But who knows? Because I actually have a lot of energy today. So I'm hoping that this energy keeps up and I can keep making videos for y'all more frequently. So anyway. Okay, well, I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.